There are two things that will always motivate your restaurant's customers to take action: urgency and scarcity. Urgency and scarcity are two of the most powerful tools you have available to get your customers to come in your door and give you money. Are you using them? Well, in today's video, we're going to talk about how to use them within your automated sales machine. So stay tuned. My name is Mark Severkrop. I'm a business strategist and restaurant owner, and this is day 18 of a 30-day video training series I've created called the Inflation Proof Restaurant. In each episode, I break down how you can create your own automated sales machine within your restaurant by implementing direct response email marketing. Now, if you've missed previous days, don't worry. I've also created a complete mind map that outlines the entire process. It includes all 30 videos, companion guides for every single video, templates, examples, and other resources to help make this as easy as possible for you. If you want to see the full process and access all the resources for all 30 days to make this as easy as possible, you can purchase the mind map for just $7 by visiting www.inboxingenuity.com/mind map and completing the order form there. Now, let's talk about using urgency and scarcity in your emails. So my friend Matt McWilliams says, nothing moves people like a deadline. The fear of missing out is one of the most powerful motivators there is. I mean, if you think about it, when do most people, probably not you, of course, not me, obviously, wink, wink, hint, hint, when do most people shop for birthdays and anniversaries? That's right. They do it right before it happens. As a matter of fact, when do people do their Valentine's Day shopping? Okay, well, when do guys do their Valentine's Day shopping? I can tell you, every February 13th, you go to Walmart, you go to a store, wherever, and there is a group of guys that are looking for the perfect Valentine's gift for their spouse, which it happens the next day. Why is most Christmas shopping done the week before Christmas? Why do most people file their taxes on or near April 15th? It's because urgency works. It's because nothing moves people like a deadline. As humans, we're almost hardwired to respond to an urgent invitation, which is why urgency and scarcity work so well. So you may be asking yourself, well, Mark, if you're asking me, you wouldn't be asking yourself. You would say, Mark, if you're asking yourself, but you understand what I'm saying. You might be asking, what's the difference between urgency and scarcity? Well, urgency, very basic definition, urgency involves a deadline of some sort to create buying tension. And when I say buying tension, I mean customers that want to buy, they're motivated and want to purchase. And scarcity involves a limited quantity of something that also leads to buying tension. So urgency is a deadline, scarcity is a quantity. So before we get too far into this, I do want to be clear about one thing. I am in no way, shape, or form suggesting or endorsing you using false urgency or false scarcity. I don't want this to be a tactic that's like, oh, it goes away, but it's still available. I don't want it to be, oh, there's only 6, but I'll let the 7th one in. I believe it's important for the urgency and scarcity that you use to be real. So what does it mean? That means if you say that a special is only available until this Friday, don't extend it until Sunday or Saturday. It also means if you say there are only 5 of something available, you better tell the 6th person that, sorry, this deal is no longer available. Now, there are times that you can do that on a case-by-case basis, but I don't want you to use it as a tactic in order to get more sales. There are times that there may be a reason that you say it's until Friday and you extend it to Saturday. Maybe something happened tech-wise. Maybe some people didn't get the email. Maybe there was you were unexpectedly closed one of the day. There's things that can happen, but as a general rule, keep your promise of when it's going to end and how many there are available. It might seem counterintuitive, but honoring the urgency and scarcity you set will actually increase, not decrease, your sales and revenue. Now, if somebody shows up, they might be bummed they missed the offer, but they will, for the most part, respect and honor it. And beyond that, the next time you make an offer with urgency or scarcity, they're going to make sure they act quickly because they know that you're serious. So what this looks like is if somebody opened your email late and they didn't get it and they realize that they've already missed the deadline, they're going to be bummed, certainly, but they're going to pay more attention to your emails next time. They're going to recognize that you're serious about that deadline. If you have six of something, and six is such a random number, if you have five of something or 10 of something, whatever, and you tell the 11th person, I'm sorry, those are all gone, you can either completely make it unavailable or you can just charge more for it. Maybe it's something that, maybe it's some sort of special and you are offering it for $30 and you can say, I'm sorry, they're all gone at $30. However, you can get it for $40. So there's still that deadline. It's still real. It's still, you're still being in integrity that there was only six or five or 10 or whatever of that specific thing. So, what are some examples of urgency? How can we create urgency? Well, time based urgency is one of the easiest ways to motivate your customers to purchase from you. I mean, if you think about it, this is exactly what McDonald's does with their McRib sandwich. It's available for a limited time and then it's gone. You never know how long it's going to be around, but they tell you it's limited and then one day it disappears and you can't get it. And you don't know when you're going to be able to get it again. You assume that it's probably going to be back again because they've done this 3 or 4 or 10 times or whatever it's been, but you don't know. And so if you like the McRib, what are you going to do? You're going to make sure you get to McDonald's and you're going to make sure you purchase a McRib while you can. That's urgency. Here's another few examples of how you might use urgency in your restaurant. Now, I'm doing one right now. Literally, the day I'm recording this, we're doing one in our restaurant, and it's we're doing a double punch Wednesday. So we have these punch cards for our polar swirls, and every time you get a polar swirl, you can get one of these marked off, and then once you buy 10, you get the 11th one free. Well, today we sent an email saying that today only we'll do double punches. Obviously, we don't punch, we just write on them. But today only they can get two punches for the price of one. So they buy a polar swirl, we'll mark off two. So that is an example of urgency. They have to do that today. If they don't do it today, they can't do it. It can't happen tomorrow, can't happen the day after that. And I'm not telling them when it's going to happen again. Between you and me, we'll probably do it about once a month, maybe more, depending. But as of right now, I don't know when it's going to happen again. So there's that urgency. So you can have like a double punch Wednesday. You can do a 1 day only discount offer or special. You can do a 3 day discount offer or special. You can do a Valentine's week special. Any of those types of things that have a defined deadline at the end of them are great examples of urgency. How about scarcity? Well, having a limited quantity of something will also create motivated customer. Here's a few ways that you could use scarcity in your restaurant. You could have a certain number of discounted coupons. You could have a certain or of discount coupons, so like 10% off or $5 off or $20 off or a free burger or a free drink, whatever that is. You could do a certain number of discounted gift cards. You could do a certain number of preferred reservations. You could do a certain number of specialty orders, anything where you have a specific number. And the key with this is just to have a reason for it. And the interesting thing with marketing is nobody really cares what the reason is. They just want there to be a reason. So as I was preparing this, I actually thought of an interesting one that I would love to do at some point. So I would love to, as you know, gift cards are a great thing because nobody ever uses the exact amount on the gift card. And a lot of times gift cards don't get completely used. And so even if you have a $40 gift card, sometimes, a lot of times those gift cards will sit in somebody's purse for a long time or their wallet for a long time. So you get the $40 up front and then over time they use it and then they end up with like $4.53 left. Well, then they buy another meal and they spend $30 and they get $4 off. You just made extra money because they're using that gift card. So I had this idea. You could send an email, and here's the difference between using scarcity and not using scarcity. You could send an email saying, hey, right now, you can get a gift card. Come into our restaurant, come get a gift card. We'd love to get a gift card for you. They're great for graduation gifts, birthday gifts, anniversaries, kids, whatever you want. That's one way you could do it. If you wanted to use scarcity, here's an interesting one you could do. Now, like I said, you just have to give a reason. So you could say, hey, one of our employees inadvertently loaded $40 onto 5 different gift cards. Or no, loaded $50 onto 5 different gift cards. Because we have these extra gift cards, we want to get rid of them right away. They're already loaded on there. And so what we want to do is we want to get rid of these as quickly as possible. So the next 5 people that come in, you can purchase this $50 gift card for $40, effectively saving you $10. Now, what is that? Now there's urgency. There's scarcity involved. There's 5 of these. There's only 5. And so now you can get 5 people to come in. Well, what if a sixth one comes in? You say, "Oh, sorry, they're all gone, but can we get you a gift card anyways?" Is there something that you need a gift card for, an anniversary, your kid, after school or whatever it is? Then you can still upsell them to something, or you can give them a different offer. Hey, all of those are gone, but if you'd like, we can get you $10, 10% off your next order, or something like that. So that's a way you could use scarcity rather than just saying we have gift cards. You can use scarcity to motivate people. So what happens right then? So if we give away $50 gift cards, that's what, $250. They've paid us 4 times 5, so $200. So we're out $50. However, we haven't used any of that food. We haven't had to have any outlay for that. So we essentially generated $200 right away. Now people will come back, they'll use those $50 gift cards, and sooner or later, they'll either not use them, they'll get lost or whatever else. They've already paid us. And so that's a way that you could use scarcity is those few different ways. So how do you maximize your results with urgency and scarcity? Well, I want you to think about this as like either shorter promos or longer promos. And when I say promo, it's like any sort of offer you're making. So a shorter promo would be something like 1 to 2 days long, or if there's less than 5 available, so 5 or less of something. So whether you're using urgency or scarcity. If that's the case, if it's a shorter promo, I would recommend sending a heads up email the day before, letting people know something exciting is going to happen. Now, sometimes you can tell them what that is. Sometimes you might want to keep it a secret and tell them it's going to be really great and they need to watch their inbox for more details tomorrow. You can do both. With our punch card, I actually told them the day before. I sent an email and I said, "Hey, tomorrow is going to be double punch. We're going to do double punches. You come down and get a polar swirl. We'll mark your card off twice. You'll get that much closer to your free polar swirl." Now, the reason that you want to send one the day before is because when it's shorter, 1 or 2 days, you want to make sure that people are aware so that they can prepare for it. One day is not very long. So if I had only sent one today, somebody might have said, "Shoot, if I would have known that, I could have planned and I could have been there." But because they didn't know about it, they couldn't. So I sent an email the night before. Same with 5. If there's 5 or less available, you want to let them know, "Hey, it's really great. There's only 5 available. We'll let you know what it is tomorrow." Or just tell them, "Hey, tomorrow you can come in and you're going to be able to get a $50 gift card for $40. We've only got 5 available," whatever it is. Then you want to plan to send at least 2 more emails. You want to send one the next morning announcing it. And then you want to send a reminder when the promo is about half over or the items are about halfway gone. So, example of this morning, I sent an email saying, "Hey, today's the day, double punch today for polar swirls coming, grab your polar swirl." I'm sending another email this afternoon when there's about, I think, 5 or 6 hours left until we close, saying, "Hey, just a reminder, today is your day to get your polar swirl card punched twice. Make sure you get down here. We'd love to have you. We'd love to make a polar swirl for you." So that's how you set up a shorter promo. Now, a longer promo, so 3 to 7 days, you don't really want to go longer than 7 days. Anything longer than 7 days, you lose the momentum. So I would keep your promos between 3 and 7 days, anything you're promoting. Or if there's more than 5 available, I would send an email. You don't necessarily have to send the heads up one. You can if you want, but because they have more time, you don't necessarily have to. But I would send an email every day or every other day during the promo. You want to give an update of how much time is left, how many are still available, whichever you're using, urgency or scarcity. And then you want to plan on the final day sending 1 to 2 emails that day. Or when there's only 10% of the available offers left, um, then you want to send an email as well. So you want to use this last chance effect. So, "Hey, today's the last day." Same you would do with a shorter promo. Or, "Hey, we've only got 2 of these left. We've sold 8 of them already, and there's only 2 left. Make sure to come down here and grab it if you want before they're gone, because when they're gone, they're gone." So that's the way you do a longer promo. Now, something to remember and to recognize and to realize is sales increase towards the end of the promo. So, no matter if it's a day promo or a 3 day promo or a 7 day promo, no matter if you're offering 5, 10, or 20 of something, sales are going to increase the closer you get to the end of it. So, the reason for that is because, again, nothing moves people like a deadline. You want to make sure you're reminding them of the promo and help them feel like they're missing out. And if you do that, you should see an increase of activity as they get closer to the end. Another note super quick about scarcity. When you're offering a certain number of things, you want the majority of them to move quickly. So what I would recommend is starting with a smaller number because you want to be able to say, "Oh my gosh, they're almost gone." So Don't start off saying, we're going to give away 100 of these things. We don't want to do that. Unless you know for a fact that you can get 70 or 80 people to immediately take you up on that offer. I would recommend for your first one, starting off with 5 or 10. You want to be able to get rid of them quickly. You want to be able to send an email very quickly saying, oh my goodness, these are halfway gone. If you want one, you need to grab it now. Or, oh wow, we've only got 2 left. You want that kind of urgency and scarcity because that motivates people to take action this time. And it also motivates them to take action the next time you do it because they remember that when you offer something, it disappears quickly. Now, within the companion guide, I share a real life example of using this. I share the exact email that we're sending for this double punch day today. So you can check that out. I've got the image of it, how we put a countdown timer. And by the way, if you're using urgency, a countdown timer is an amazing thing to do. I'll put in the companion guide one of the resources that I use for creating countdown timers. There's also a built-in countdown timer inside ConvertKit. So if you're using ConvertKit, which of course we recommend, then you can put in a built-in countdown timer in your emails. It is huge. It greatly increases the way people respond. It's funny, people go crazy because of countdown timers. So make sure you check that out. Again, that's in the companion guide. So you can go to www.inboxingenuity.com/mind map to get the entire complete mind map and this companion guide for today's video. And in our next video, we're actually moving on to the next section of the training, which is talking about the ongoing invitation. So we've set up the basics. Now we want to talk about how we're going to continue getting people to sign up. We've talked about some of that with flyers. We talked about different things we've done, but tomorrow, in tomorrow's video, in the next video, we're going to talk about utilizing your employees to get current customers to sign up for your email list. So stay tuned. Hey, super quick, I wanted to check in with you. So you've watched this training, maybe you've watched a few of the other ones, and you might be thinking, wow, Mark, this sounds like a lot of work. Or you might be thinking, I really just don't have time to do this. And if that's you, I want to suggest something. What if you just had me and my team do it for you? What if we just set up the entire automated sales machine for you? The tech, the marketing materials, the landing pages, the email copy, all of it. What if we just did it for you? If that's something that appeals to you, then I think you and I should chat. I want you to fill out the form at inboxingenuity.com/apply. And we can book a call to chat and see if it's right for you. Look, there's no obligation. We'll just have a conversation. I'll learn a little bit more about your restaurant, the goals that you have, the things that you want to accomplish, and we'll see if it's a good fit to have us work together and set up your automated sales machine for you. Again, if that sounds like something you might be interested in, go to inboxingenuity.com/apply to book your call now.